Okay, we're talking about multiplying fractions today. If I take a look at 1/2 multiplied by 2/5, what does that really mean in terms of visual representation? Well, in this case, I can use a ruler to describe this. If I have two pieces, I can make one. I can use my grid paper to make my two pieces. There's one, and there's two blocks, 1 and 2. But this one shows that I have 5 pieces. So I can go in the other direction and create 5 pieces. And I can use my grid paper again to make those 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so in fact, what this creates is an area model. Well, this says 1 out of 2. So 1 out of 2 would be this row. That would be 1 out of 2 rows. But this one's showing 2 out of 5. So actually, if I did this, that'd be 1 out of 2. And I'm going to use the pink to do 2 out of the 5. Well, look at this. I have 2 out of the 5. Well, what does that answer actually give me? It's where they overlap. So this is my answer right here. But if I look at that answer, that's 2 pieces out of 10 pieces. If I simplify that, that's 1/5. And so the answer to this problem is 1/5. That's method 1. Method 2 is to multiply across. So I know 1 times 2 is 2, and 2 times 5 is 10. But I still need to simplify, and so I have 1/5. Okay? So you can see how these two relate to each other. So visual learners can use an area model to understand why it's only those two that overlap out of the total 10 pieces that gets created from multiplying. Or you can just multiply across once you understand that. The last piece to this is if I want to, hint, hint, answer to the essential question, simplify before multiplying. So if I have 2/3 times 5/6, I could multiply that across. I could say 2 times 5 is 10, and 3 times 6 is equal to 18, and then I would have to simplify this. I know I can take 2 out of both of these, and so that gives me 5/9. Well, there might be an easier way to do that, and that is to simplify first. 2/3 times 5/6. Notice that I have a 2 up here, and I have a 6 here. Both of those are divisible by 2. Both are divisible by 2. So I'm going to do that. What I do to the top, I have to do to the bottom. But it doesn't matter where, because both are being multiplied. So I divide 2 by 2 and 6 by 2. And that gives me 2 divided by 2 is 1 over 3 is still the same. Multiply 5 over 6 divided by 2 is 3. And notice what happens when I multiply this time. It automatically gives me the answer that I found the first way I did it. Yay! Happy.